Hello everyone, welcome to Wolfpack Wargaming. Thanks for checking this video out. So I've never done one of these before, but I'm really excited here. Months ago, I backed the Kingdom Death Monster 1.5 board game Kickstarter, and I was surprised to find that the core game has been shipped out already during Wave 1, which is pretty awesome. Having backed many Kickstarters in the past, I usually don't expect to get anything within about a year and a half from when I backed something. Of course, this game has been Kickstarted before, so I'm sure that the components to just building the base game was already in production, and so they were able to get it out the door really quickly. Now that said, there's about 5 waves, so I'm expecting to get the rest of the game and all the add-ons probably over the next, realistically, 3 to 4 years. Anyways, I thought I'd do a little unboxing here just to show you the components of what's inside this game. If you don't know, Kingdom Death Monster is a survival, horror, role-playing, RPG strategy kind of game. It's sort of the game of games. And you can see here, it's a huge box, and there's a lot of components, and this is just the core game. There's several add-ons and other pieces of the game that you can bring into it to make the game even bigger. But just the core game alone has hundreds of hours worth of gameplay. So I'm gonna open it up. I will say I have already opened it just to take a look at the rulebook, but I put it back in there so you can kind of see where it was. So let's go ahead and get unboxing. Alright, so you just saw the basic components that go in this box, Kingdom Death. Pretty impressed, lots of awesomeness in there, and kind of open up some of the things now. First off, just to take note, the box itself, I'm really impressed with. There's a lot of organization for all the cards that come with the game. The box is thick. The quality of the box alone is just really impressive. It's gonna make for storing this stuff a lot easier later on. So let's take a look at some of the other components of this box set. Alright, so here's the cards that come with the box, and of course these cards include items for the game, things for your characters, as well as the AI for the monsters that you'll be playing against. Of course, you get the dice that come with it and some other trackers. The quality seems really high. I'm not going to open these up just yet because I want to organize them as well, but it looks great. The artwork's awesome. Can't wait to break them open. All right, and here we have the board game. It folds up from 3 pieces here. This is where you'll be doing all the battle against the monsters that you're playing against and your survivors. They'll be on this board. The board itself, again, pretty typical board game quality board. I will say it was a little bit thinner than I expected. It's nice. I'm not going to worry about it at all, but just in contrast to some of the other items in this box set, even the box alone, I thought it might be just a little bit thicker. I'll just have to be careful with it. That said, I also made a custom Kingdom Death board in preparation for this getting sent. Check out this YouTube video if you want to watch the creation of it. I think I might do another video later on where I put this board and the one that I created kind of by each other and kind of talk about the pros and cons of either of them. I know Kingdom Death is also, as part of this Kickstarter, releasing their own 3D version of a board, which should be really cool as well. I didn't pick it up during the Kickstarter, but maybe I'll look into it later on. Anyways, the board seems great. Let's move on to another component. So another component I wanted to show off was the rulebook, which is just amazing. The quality they printed this thing in has a lot of beautiful illustrations, which is no surprise given it's very story driven. Has a nice little page finder here that you can use when navigating the rulebook, and there are a lot of rules. So this book's about 230 pages long, and of course I don't think that you need to necessarily read it front to back to play the game. A lot of the things in here are things that you'll reference later on as you play through your narrative campaign. But anyways, looking forward to dive into this and learn the rulebook. All right, so then the other components we have in the game, again, just more trackers, tokens, which I haven't opened just yet. And then we have also our pads, which will track our stats for our survivors and our settlements as we build them up. So just some other kind of basic components that help track our games. And the quality of these, I mean, again, I think they work great for the game. No complaints. I think that's awesome. Some of this is a little bit more like a card stock versus harder cardboard like the game board itself. It seems like the components, though, pretty standard game board pieces. Some of them are really high quality, as I've shown, and then some of them just more standard. Nothing too fancy, but they work. All right, so now for one of the coolest pieces about this board game, the miniatures themselves. So it comes in a box, and we open it up, and we got a big old bag of miniatures, which seems kind of overwhelming looking at it, but it's because the models themselves are so high detailed and such high quality. You got to put them together. I don't think I realized that it came with bases. I mean, these bases are really awesome. Playing other games like Warhammer 40K, I wouldn't mind even using some of these bases for some of my miniatures in other game systems. I love the ceramic face tiles that they walk upon. So anyways, pretty cool. Big old bag of bases, which tells you there's a lot of miniatures that come in this game. It looks like each of the miniatures are individually bagged. Some of the characters and then some of the monsters that you battle. Looks like we have some of the bigger ones here. The big old phoenix here. Here's part of him. This is clearly not going to be clipped together type miniature quality. We're going to have to glue these guys, and it doesn't look like anything extraordinarily more difficult than like Warhammer 40K or Malifaux or any other models games where you have to put the models themselves together. But definitely going to take a lot of time and a lot of work. It would be pretty cool to paint these guys up as well. I think that I am going to paint these similar to how they're modeled in the actual Kickstarter campaign. So when you see pictures of Kingdom Death and you see the models, they're almost painted in like a ceramic kind of look. So that white with the sort of sepia black wash on them, they look like they're almost stone figures. I really like that aesthetic for this game. And rather than painting them sort of high in detail to make them look, I guess you could say, sort of more realistic, I want to paint them in that statued look. And actually the painter that painted all the models for the Kickstarter, the first one anyways, if you kind of search that or search him, and I forget his name, he actually provides a tutorial on how he painted all those models. And it's relatively simple, which is awesome, particularly for people that, you know, are getting into this game and they're just more interested in board gaming. They're not so interested in miniatures and they just want them to, you know, look decent. It's definitely a way of painting them that I think is good for someone that's not, you know, as familiar with modeling and painting models. So anyways, I'm going to be trying that out, and I'll probably make a video of my attempt at replicating that look itself. So anyways, yeah, a lot of miniatures here. Here we got our goat, pretty gnarly looking. I'm really excited to put these guys together, get them on the table, and then of course once I do that, I'm gonna have to figure out how to put them back in the box so they don't get damaged. But anyways, here are all the miniatures. Alright guys, so that's it for this video. Just a quick unboxing of Kingdom Death Monster 1.5. There's supposed to be somewhere between 4 and 5 waves, so I expect to do some more here in the future. Anyways, if you like the video, please hit the like button, and if you want to see some more Wolfpack Wargaming, please hit the subscribe.